Now, a lot of people think that just by allowing people to carry guns that the whole country is going to descend into chaos. But there's already 48 states that allow you to carry guns. Illinois, Wisconsin, and Washington, D.C. are the only places where it's not allowed. And it's no coincidence that Chicago is the murder capital of the world, and D.C. was formerly the murder capital of the world. All right, now I'm going to need a volunteer. All right, you then.
I'll volunteer.
That's not, well, this reigning order thing isn't going to work, but okay. It's a gag. Just try and stab it.
Try and stab you?
Just go for the chest.
Okay.
I have an order of protection, you can't do that.
Oh.
See how little good that did? All right, you can sit down now.
Okay.
That is rubber, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
rubber.
it's rubber.
Nope, I'm not going to risk my own safety, but... Oh, didn't get hot. All right. What's wrong? All right, orders of protection don't protect you against anything. Now, on the other hand, this does. When you die, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're old and gray in your bed, you know, so eat right, exercise, and take every possible precaution against danger. Now, the world has never been and never will be perfect, but you don't want a world without guns. Just a few. In 1968 was when the vast majority of gun laws were passed, and before all these gun laws were passed, I assure you there were no massacres the likes of which are going on now. And there's actually 2 states where there are still no state gun laws. They actually added the Constitution. They just have the federal gun laws, those being Alaska and Vermont, and those places have yet to have a single massacre. Now, if you want to help make your community a safer place, join Illinois Carry. It's a discussion and action forum dedicated to seeing a law passed to allow qualified, trained, and law-abiding Illinois citizens to carry a firearm for defense, just like they do in 48 other states. If you're going to be leaving Illinois and you think this doesn't matter to you, then please join concealedcampus.org, who is working to try and make colleges across the United States safe. So far, Utah is the only place that specifically protects the right to be armed. Now, in conclusion, your safety is in your own hands. You never know when something bad is going to happen. I don't know if anyone noticed this yet. I have my gun on top. That's another blue gun. Rubber. Okay. Therefore, you know, it's wise to be armed at all times in case of emergency. If you're unwilling to do it for yourself, do it for your family, the people who love you, because I'm sure they want you to come home at night. And finally, here's something that I promise you will never see in the hands of a victim. I'm sure you must have questions.
So we're not allowed to carry guns in Illinois?
Not in Illinois now.
Okay.
Not open or concealed.
Correct.
Okay.
Can we have them in our house?
Yes. I can show you how to get the card necessary for you to purchase one if you're interested. Yes.
Did you see that? I don't know if it was 20 or 60 minutes, but it was one of them where they did like a little test study to see how, like, you know how like the Virginia Tech thing, where they gave these students guns. Some of them were like, they never held a gun. Some of them, they go to shooting ranges all the time and their experience and stuff. And they did this thing where they thought they were sitting in a class learning how to use guns, right? But then a police officer came in with a gun. It was with, like, I think, paintball gun or something. And he started shooting, and the students, most of them weren't even able to get the gun out of their holster and stuff and whatever.
Okay. I didn't see that stuff.
So, like, you're saying that you never see a victim with a gun in their hand, but it's not true.
Meaning it's completely unloaded, they fired every shot, and yet they're still dead. That's what that's supposed to represent. There, yeah, that's on the card.
I don't know, but you can
yes,
still
I did
get
see
shot
that
with
special.
them.
One major flaw in that special, police officers versus volunteers. People who have trained their whole lives doing that, you know, I'm interested, let me go learn how to do this. Like you said, they were learning how to use guns, barely learning. Of course, you're not going to know all the exactly how to do things. You know, you've got to dress a certain way, belts, clothing, and such to be able to do this efficiently. Yes, you know, I did see there were quite a few screw-ups, but you've got to keep in mind you were dealing with volunteers against trained police.
Even if they weren't trained police and they still shot at you, you know.
Well, would you rather have a 0% chance, or would you rather have a chance?
I'd rather run for my life than stand there shooting at them.
Okay, well, you can do that. Any other questions?